This is a presentation of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside.
Hi everyone, my name is Aaron. I am a senior communication major here at Parkside. Some of you know me, some of you may not know me. Either way, I am a sports journalist here at Parkside. I've been a journalist for the last 4 to 5 years, since I was in high school, I'd say. Last year around this time in September, I became a member of the National Association of Black Journalists. I didn't really get too involved in it, but I registered for it because it was something I wanted to be a part of. And for the first few months, I wasn't sure what exactly to do, who to approach, who to talk to. I was kind of lost. I had this membership and I just didn't know what to do. And then I looked at Marquette, and I just realized, okay, Marquette has a strong journalism program, one of the best, arguably the best in the state of Wisconsin. And I noticed they had a chapter for their black student journalists. And I looked up the contact information, and the person that was the advisor was Herbert Lowe. I sent him an email one afternoon, and it turned out to be arguably the best email of my life. Because once I did that, I met with Mr. Lowe down at Marquette, and ever since then, me as a journalist has grown to be somebody I probably didn't think I'd ever be. I grew not only on and off of camera, but just how I approach things, how I approach life, how I talk with other people, how I approach people. All of that changed based on everything that he's been able to teach me. And so I've obviously been able to do this in journalism. And a lot of you might not be in journalism, which is fine. But regardless, what you're going to hear here tonight is going to impact your lives. It's going to make you more professional. It's going to upgrade you as a person. And so it's my great honor to introduce you all Mr. Herbert Lowe, the great man who has impacted my life, and I'm sure he will be able to do the same for you all here tonight.
I don't know how anybody possibly could be as great as he just described me. And I think he oversold that a great deal. Thank you, Aaron, because I get this email saying, may I become a member of the chapter? And essentially I wrote back, done, come back and meet me with the president. And so he would come and meet with me, and you know, there was so much to work with, and all I had to do was just simply enable him to see, do this, do that. But believe me, those of you who know him should know that Aaron is likely to be one of the most distinguished alumni of this university, and will be someone that I hope that he will not forget the little people when he's a big star and everything. So I'm excited to be here. And Tanette, thank you for inviting me. She sent me an email during the summer saying, would you come speak to my class? And I'm like, sure. When I did reply. And so then it seems it was going to be a little more than the class, and I'm excited to see everybody here. So we have one alumna of Marquette University, Tessa Fox. She's here from somewhere near Kenosha. Where? Bristol. We have Jenna Ebers, who is from Burlington, somewhere near here. We have Caroline, who Rohr is from this close to North Dakota, but really from Minnesota. And we have Brooke Miller, who is from Oshkosh. So Wisconsin is well represented. Let me get right out here right away. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So when we beat the Packers this year, just think of me. Think of me. It's going to happen. And for the Bears fans, any Bears fans in here? I'm sorry, we're going to beat you too. And any Cowboy fans in here? Okay, good. I was going to have to call security if we did. Okay, so branding me, representing in the age of digital and social media. So yes, live tweet. Use Lowe class. I'm at Herbert Lowe. And there's my wife and I are starting a hashtag called, a Twitter handle at Lowe Class. And I'd urge you to follow it because much of what we're going to be talking about here today is the kinds of things that she and I put in there. She's a former instructor as well. She all right. And she works at CNN. And she all right. So, lots to discuss. Oh, everybody follow at Myra Lowe. She always, her phone will buzz, and I just love making her phone buzz. Emails and signatures, we're going to talk about. Social media, blogging, digital or multimedia portfolios, resumes and cover letters, and recruiter secrets. And we won't be able to do all of this in detail. I'm going to be blowing through this. Save your questions, write down your questions, and we'll try to have some time for questions later. All of you want a job someday? Not sure? Okay, well, I'm going to go with it, perhaps you do. This will be relevant. So why are you here? Besides that you had to be here or they told there's going to be free pizza. What do you want to know? Anything up there on my list of what I said we're going to talk about that you want to know that might be relevant? Anything? Or is that a good list? Okay, good. Why am I here? I think Tanette and Faye apparently been paying attention. It seems that I've been able to have some success in conveying to students what it is they can and should be doing in order to market themselves, brand themselves, present themselves, represent. Because everything that you're trying to do, a lot of people are going to be doing. And this is about you adding tools to your toolkit. That no handyman only goes with just a hammer, right? No graphic designer only goes just using, say, Illustrator. You must be able to use other things. No accountant only needs to know Excel. That you need to have many tools in your toolkit. And no fear, ladies and gentlemen. If there's cause and I say we get to a time when we go to the internet and I want to know your Twitter handle or I want to know your website address, I don't want to hear, oh, I'm scared he may show out. Because that's the whole point, to be public. To be public, you never know who it is that will encounter you, and you're trying to make it so that you are ready when they do. Oh, and no excuses. You don't get to say on your digital portfolio, oh, that's not right yet. Oh, okay, well, I meant to do this, because the visitor of your website is not calling you up and saying, is this really what you intended to do? Or are you done yet? No. What you put out there is what you put out there, saying, please take it at any time of the day, 24/7. Who you are is who you attract. Who you are is who you attract. From the 21 Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, who you are is who you attract. That's from John Maxwell. How you represent you is how you will represent me. That's by Herbert Lowe. What I mean by that is, if you want to send me something or present something that you're trying to market yourself in a way that says this is the best that I have to offer, and it isn't right, then do I want that, me being a recruiter, to suggest that you may represent me or my organization the way that you do? Recruiters, no matter if they're honest with you, the main thing they're looking for is for you not to embarrass them. And how will that happen? How could that happen? I, as a recruiter, bring you into this organization and you are just not up to speed, not up to par. People are going to be looking, who brought that person here? So when I'm looking for that, I want to know how you represent you, because that is an indication of how you will represent me. So great advice I got someday. Determine your competencies. What do I mean by competencies? Excuse me? Strengths. What are you really good at? And what I'm going to say is, not what your mama said you're good at. I've had some journalism students come into my office and they say, why are you majoring in journalism? Well, my mama said I could write. No. Not what you think you're good at, not what you want to be good at, but what are you really good at? That's what you have to determine. The next thing you have to do is enable everyone to access these competencies. How do we do that? Hit me. How do we do that? I asked the same question when this person told me that. You know what she told me? Tweet twice a day. I went from not tweeting at all to then tweeting twice a day till now everybody thinks I tweet all the time. Tweet twice a day. What do I tweet about? Well, it happened to be during the first time that LeBron and the Miami Heat were in the championship against Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks, and all of the LeBron haters. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm an advocate of the king, but I am an advocate of anybody who wants to step out and try to do the very best that they can, win or lose, try or fail. And so I respect that, to be able to do all that he does with about a gazillion people got something to say about him. And so what I would do is just sort of take some things by Michael Wilbon or ESPN or things where people are saying, and then I would just tweet those links out. And that got me into the habit. This is how I do it. And by the way, I'm not going to be talking about how do you tweet. You know, how does one get on Twitter? That's not what this conversation is about. Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, every recruiter is going to expect that you are on social media. They are going to believe that they need to get some young people in to do things and not those old folks that are sitting there as old as they are. And they are going to expect that you know how to do it. So if you walk in and say, I'm not really on Twitter, they're like, well, I go and get the person next to you then who is. Okay? So now that we have figured out other ways that you're going to do it, digital portfolio, Facebook, LinkedIn, the things we're going to be talking about. These are all the things we're talking about, is giving people access to your competencies. And hopefully we're going to have some competencies, not just aspirations, because aspirations without competencies equal only pipe dreams. Aspirations without competencies will equal only pipe dreams. Third thing she said, establish your legitimacy. Now think about this. I asked her these things because I was at a training seminar, and I was like, well, I asked her, how do I get to be somebody who is brought in to speak so I can, get paid? And so this is the three things she told me. So I said, well, how do you establish legitimacy? She said, people will ask you to come speak. Well, here I am. That means money. Second one means more money. Then the next one means more money. And the next one means more money. Anybody got a problem with that equation? Everybody good with that? Okay, then. So it's about developing a mindset. I like to say there are two types of students. You four down here cannot say. Tell me what types of students there are. Stop. What kinds of students are there? I'm sorry? I would like to think that we'd go for ones. There are two types of students, those who want a grade and those who want a career. Those who want a grade and those who want a career. Anybody here just for the grade? Nobody wants to put their hand up, I know. Who wants a career? Everybody. Okay. No matter what else you say, when students come to me in class and they want to say, well, that's not on the syllabus, right here, straight from the syllabus. Don't act like you didn't say that. Because I do. I'm sorry. Because I'm about the career. Opportunities. So, telling stories. Graphic designers, what are you doing? You're telling a story. Accountants, what are you doing? You're telling a story. No matter what it is that you're doing, you're telling a story, And the most important thing you can do is tell your own story. You hear politicians talk about not being defined by the opposition. You will be defined by a recruiter. She's ready, or she's not ready. He's ready, or he's not ready. How do you define yourself is what we're talking about today. Crystallizing what it is you want. So many others wanted too. When I stopped being in a newsroom and I moved to Chicago, the Sun-Times and the Chicago Tribune had both laid people off within a week or two after I got there. So whatever my competencies were, trying to go into the Chicago market, I so far fell back in line because all these people who had been doing the same thing I were doing, they had to jump on me because of proximity and relationships. But what I also found out is any job I wanted that was not in the newsroom required a master's degree. You could not get past on an online application that they require if I didn't click whether I had a master's degree. Hence, when I got to Marquette and they said I could get a free education, master's degree, I have it. Praise the Lord, I'm done with graduate school. Whew, brutal. Demonstrate success. A managing editor of a newspaper told me way back too long ago, it's all about demonstrating success. Very few people are going to enable you to do something or pay you for it unless you have demonstrated that you can do it already. And show your professionalism. We're going to talk about that. And inspire others near and far. I'm going to show you some examples of people who are doing things that are close like you and how they are inspiring near and far. So connect the dots, ladies and gentlemen. Show how your experiences relate to your job or career or the one you're pursuing. Don't mindlessly cut and paste from your cover letters. Tailor. Don't just take all the information out of your cover letter or your resume and slap it on the internet and think that's going to be useful to you. And pay attention to details. Be consistent across all forms of professional communication. We get to portraits, and we get to whether you use your middle initial or not. Be consistent. Don't think name dropping is your secret sauce. Like, oh, I know so-and-so, and that means I'm going to get in. No. Everybody knows somebody. Do ask good questions and demonstrate your curiosity and interest in the position in our company. So just having a great digital portfolio is not going to be the answer. A resume and a cover letter and a digital portfolio are simply you to get the interview. Okay, some examples. Aaron Mabin, pretty boy. He aspires to 60 minutes. He's able to sit here right now. Digital portfolio, aaronmabin.com. I didn't put it in here, but please get your domain name. It's $35. It'll be a tremendous investment for you. You don't want someone else to get it, and then it's too late. And then he has videos. So he's got videos, tells you a little bit about it. You'll be able to take the measure of his competencies and whether or not he's ready for his aspirations. Looks like he's been doing a thing or two. This is what she used to be when she was a student, doing great things, study abroad, got her blogs. I'm just trying to give them examples for those of you who don't have anything, how easy it can be. Got some text. Your homepage does not need to have a whole lot of stuff. Just tell them what they need to know. Your blog. Have your nice little logo. Good headlines. Tessa, what does a headline have to have?
A verb.
And? A subject and a verb. A subject and a verb, ladies and gentlemen. A subject and a verb. Now, we talked about accessing competencies. She's saying she wants to be about libraries. And now she's telling you and showing here how she's about libraries. So everything you do must match what you say you are. Who you are is who you attract. Here's another one. Okay, what do we think she wants to do? By the way, ladies, I'm showing you students. What do you think she wants to do? Say it. She wants to be on TV, doing some journalism. So she's letting you see it. She comes up here, about me. Just, we can't read the text right here because I'll move it up, but essentially she looks like she's already doing it. She's modeling or creating an act. Now here's her work. And I would counsel her, okay, good, so she's letting you see it. I would just counsel her to make it more even. So 1, 2, 3, the same number of lines would be, so it looks even. The reason you must have text, because I see too many students just throw a lot of videos up there, and you as a visitor saying, well, which one do I look at? So you've got to help the person come away with what it is you need. Wendy, journalism, public relations, got the great photo here, had the photo taken so that she could put information out there. About me, got a resume, writing samples. Never met Wendy, but I know I can get information about her. All right, so we're going to have a chance I just want to make sure that we see what we're working toward. This is about the only Tumblr site that I've seen a student do that I like. This is Lauren Holman. So she doesn't write an awful lot. Sometimes a blog can be a lot. Sometimes a blog can be short. But she has photos. Where's this other stuff? I'm sorry. All right, let me just kind of move on here so we can come back to some more of these later. Okay, blogging, a little bit more about blogging. Anybody here have blogs? Anybody blogging already? Very good, maybe we can see some examples. So blogs are an opportunity to show that you can succeed. You did something successful today, you should be able to blog about it. You wish to do something successful next week, write it in advance, claim it. Show that you can write. There's not really any agency, any newsroom, any organization that will not find you of value if you can write. And when I say write, I mean really write. Show that you can tell stories. Show that you can offer a fresh and informed perspective. Show that you can grab an audience. People are going to be hiring people young like you because they believe you are the pathway to other young people. People are going to be hiring you because they believe you are the pathway to other young people. So if you're on Twitter and you've got only 24 followers, does that look to me like an audience? As I like to say, show me somebody that has 16,000 tweets and 200 followers. I'd say they might as well just be texting. Show you can evolve. I hope I didn't just step on any toes. Emails. So this is an email I got from somebody, and I want you to tell me what's wrong with this email. Somebody? Signature. Missing a signature, yes. Anything else? Email comes to me, email comes into your inbox. What's the first thing you know who it's from? The person. If I send you an email, presumably it's going to say who? What? Herbert Lowe. So why say my name is Herbert Lowe? Rookie, amateur. I'll be participating. Be verbs, anybody ever heard of that? I will participate. I am participating. I wanted to know if I could send you a few questions via email. Well, damn, you just sent me an email. Why didn't you put the questions in there? I just don't understand it. That T should not be capitalized. Anybody here familiar with AP style? Anybody? Say it. Okay. Own it. Ladies and gentlemen, when I get this email, what's the first thing I want to know? What questions she got? All things go through my mind. What are her competencies? She is right now establishing her competencies. I am now questioning her competencies. Come to me and say, Michelle Johnson, now she's dropping a name, which means I know Michelle. That's good. Say, I understand that you are, as the chairman of the Constitutional Commission, I would like to interview you. Here are the things I would like to know. Well, then boom. Boom, 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 boom. I can write back. Or, and we're going to talk about this, we're talking about a signature. I'm reading my email at a stop sign, or I'm about to go golfing, and I know it's going to take me 25 minutes to get there, right? That means she could have 25 minutes of my time. What's keeping me from calling her? Well, say it. No number. Put your telephone, if you want something, provide access to your competencies. If she puts the phone number in the signature, I call her right back and she's got 25 minutes of my undivided time. Another email. Again, why do students have to tell me their name? I know it. Because presumably you're going to tell me your name down here. Or it's in the email. Vice President for AP Style Gurus? Ugh. Attached is my resume. Really? She's basically saying, here. Well, you know, give me something. Now I want to talk about, at least she has a signature. Look at me, I'm involved in all this stuff. Why do I highlight these things? I don't care where you are until I know what you do. Be consistent. Who, where, who, where, who, what, or what, where. Okay, class of 2015, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Major, comma, news editorial, College of Media. Vice President, comma, reporter, comma, and then member, comma, I'm not sure what this is, why that's there, you know, member, Gamma chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I don't need incorporated. I know that's what we like to say, but I don't need incorporated. Point is, have some consistency, and what's missing? Say it again. The number. Emailing a recruiter is what you include. A proper greeting. Hello, Mr. So-and-so. You are students. Pay due respect. Mr. or Miss or Mrs. I don't care if you know them, because you're sending an email, a cover letter, or a resume, and unless you're working for a very small shop, it's going to be forwarded to somebody. So you're not just writing for the person you're addressing it to. That person is just the recipient. Effective signature with your mobile number. Some students talk about, okay, so you have to send an application. So you got your cover letters tight, your resumes tight. What about the email? Take the date, the address, presumably you are addressing it to them, and dear Mr. So-and-so, and then the first paragraph, which is going to tell you who you are and where you are. Second sentence is going to say, that's the first sentence. The second sentence is going to say, what do you want and when do you want it? And the third sentence is going to say, why do you want it? I'm Herbert Lowe, a journalism major at Marquette University in Milwaukee. I'm applying for an internship at your place this summer. I want to be an international correspondent. So you take the first paragraph, whatever that might say, and then you take the last paragraph, and it's going to say, I will contact you to confirm receipt. In the middle of that is, here is my resume, and here is my cover letter, and then the signature. The most visited blog post on my website at herblowe.com is covering the student cover letter. And you may access that by bit.ly/student cover letter. So what recruiters won't tell you? That they saw questionable conduct from you, either in person or on social media, that there was too much or too little on the resume. I'm sorry, what will they tell you? Oh, we had a lot of good qualified candidates. It was really tough. You were in there, but maybe try again. That's what they're going to tell you. But this is what they won't tell you. One too many errors in the resume, cover letter, or samples. Arrogance. And unable to hold a conversation. Inappropriate attire, either in person or on Facebook. Don't we just love Facebook? Poor grooming. Lack of social graces. Ladies and gentlemen, when someone asks for the pepper, pass the salt and pepper. If you're waiting for dinner, don't eat until everybody at the table is served. These are things I didn't know until after I got out of college. Not prepared for the interview. What else are they not telling you? Anybody? Anybody been on a job interview?
Maybe things like a firm handshake or
Eye
eye contact.
contact is huge. Eye contact is huge. Thank you. Next time I'm going to have that up there. Eye contact. Things bosses notice. I'm borrowing this from Chandra Clark, a PhD journalism professor at the University of Alabama. Spelling, grammar, punctuation, clear and concise writing, descriptions and roles in the cited work, as in, don't just put up on the internet, this is what I did. Describe it. Tell me what you did. Tell me how you learned from the experience. When I said earlier that you show that you can evolve, well, you started the internship, you were writing about it, here I am at the internship. If your next blog post is, well, that was fun. No, what were the challenges that you had? How did you overcome them? Tell your story. And they want to know, can you do multiple things in a timely manner? They want to know the length and time that you spent in an internship or job, and a variety of references. Don't just send all your professors. That's a clear sense, it's a clear sign that you didn't have any internships. And skills listed should reflect proficiency and not familiarity. Oh my God. When students send me a resume and I see all kinds of skills, that tells me they fill in space. Because a student that's had a lot of internships isn't telling me the skills, because they don't have room for that, because they want to tell me where they've been. I don't really want to know what skills you have. I want to know how you use these skills. I want you to show me, don't tell me. Someone once said that a resume is for you to say the who, the where, the what, and the when. The who is it that you worked for? What is it that you did there? Where was it? And when was it? The cover letter is the why and the how. Why do you want to do this? And please don't tell me that, again, my mama said I'm a writer. or I want to be all over the world, I want to change the world. No. Why did you do this story? Why did you do this graphic design? Why did you do this thing you were asked to do? And what did you gain from the experience? Which brings me to the how. How did you do this wonderful thing that you say that you're ready to come do at my place? Okay? So, get multiple smart opinions. So that means ask people who know something, not just your roommate. No offense to the roommate. Don't be funny when you're out there online. I'm not saying be boring, but this is you trying to open a door to an interview, an internship, a job, and/or a career. Check all the links on your site multiple times, because you're linking it to places and they fold or their website breaks, and you have sort of created a bad sign. People don't want to trust any more of the links on your website. Be highly visual with original work. Consider if you would hire you. How many people here would hire you? Most people? How many people would not hire you? Social media. One of my former students, kind of like this. So this is all the different ways you can tell a story using social media. Make sense? This is the thing I want to say. So you got the job. What's the first thing you want to do? You want to tweet about it. Don't. Let them tell people first. Let them put out a news release. Let them do it first. Give them the chance to tell all the other poor souls that they didn't measure up to you. Do not go walking in the door with your new boss mad at you. Make sense? I've seen it too many times. Boy, you get so excited, I got the job, telling everybody. Now you don't got the job. And believe me, that happens. LinkedIn. I hope I don't have to introduce LinkedIn to anyone. But what I do want to introduce is this freshman. And she's saying, oh my God, I see LinkedIn. I work at Starbucks. No. You attend a university and you aspire to be something. And while you are on this aspiration, you are trying to earn some money. So this should be toward your aspiration, not where you just work 28 hours. Putting in some stuff that you have no intention of doing for your career. This should be what you intend to do, what you aim to do. That's your aspiration, or that's your internship. And when you are a freshman, it's okay to have a photo. Oh, I'm sorry. I love your high school photos, and if I ever come to your house, I'll be perfectly willing to look at them on the mantle. But I do not want to see your high school photo if you are a senior in college. You know who I'm talking to. Change your photos, ladies and gentlemen. Each of you think you've grown. I see some smiles. Well, look grown up there, please. Okay? That was the senior. You a senior, be a senior. You're a senior, be a senior. Don't be a freshman. Portraits matter. It's the first thing people are going to see. They're taking their measure of you. Six ways Twitter made me a better writer. You should be writing down 6 ways Twitter made me a better writer so you can Google it. How to write a Twitter bio that'll make you stand out as a journalist. Who knows what a Twesame is? Anybody familiar with Twitter in here? Go.
Is it like you're like when you scroll, when your picture comes up and then you scroll to the left and then it's like your bio thing?
You on Twitter? I'm sorry?
I said I can't be.
Not at the moment. What's your handle? Got you. No, that's Christiana? Okay. Stay golden and keep smiling. Stay golden and keep smiling. That was her opportunity to show me who she was. Because I'm creeping on Twitter. I just found that she is, at least among all of you, at least willing to raise her hand. So I'm prepared to give her some love. And now I need to know what she does. I'm hoping to find out where she goes to school. I'm hoping to find out what her aspiration is. I'm hoping to find out something that makes me want to follow her. And she's got 160 characters to tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitter thinks this is so important it gives you 160 characters, not 140. Got it? So you might want to Google this, because I lay it down how to do it. How to do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me click this photo right here. Here's some dude. That's not even you. Is it? Is that you? Is the magazine cover? Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. Which one am I? I got one job. Who should it be? You or him? Okay, well, that's the only one I want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, social media is your opportunity to get me to want to hire you. Facebook, everybody wants to have a picture with their mama. I love mamas, got one. Your mama got a job, presumably. She's sending you to college so you can get a job. Tell mama, I love you, but I'm trying to use Facebook to get me a job. Okay? Your portraits matter. Remember I said be consistent, branding. The photo that you use, the portrait that you use on Twitter, on Facebook, and LinkedIn should be the exact same one. And I'm sorry, when you got a job, you can do what you want to do if you got the job that you want. But I'm here, I was asked here to help you get a job. If that was the wrong message, somebody let me know. We can all have fun. Digital portfolios. First impressions matter. Did you just see about first impression? Your portrait does matter. Why do I keep saying grammar, spelling, punctuation? Be wary of being, oh, there you go. Ooh, mistake, brutal. Can't let that slide. What mistake?
Right after grammar, spelling, and punctuation.
Girl, that's right. Just because you graduate don't mean you can say you're smart. Be wary of being too text heavy. Remember older eyes, /recruiters. /recruiters. There are new school recruiters and there are old school recruiters. You should be ready to impress the new school recruiters, but don't outplace yourself from the old school recruiters. "60 seconds, 90 seconds. Oh. So I heard a recruiter say that he's got one job, he's got about 30, 100, 300 applications. How many, and he's got to go through all of that. He says that the digital portfolio, they got 30 seconds to make the impression on him. Then, if they're kind of good, 90 seconds. Imagine spending 90 seconds on a website. So your homepage needs to be impactful. And your homepage needs to be either so impactful, like Wendy's or the young woman who was sitting at the desk. Say you want to know her, so you're going to maybe click a page or two. or like Tessa's about the library in which it says who you are and it doesn't have too many other pages to go to. Or there's got to be something on there like Aaron's. Aaron Mabin, he's got his pretty picture, he's got his little story, and he's got a video reel right away, so you don't have to click on another page. Best practice, again, from Chandra Clark. Free website templates abound. WordPress, Weebly, which is what I use and my students use. Tumblr, Wix, which is more animated, Flash-based, or HTML. Flavors.me. Wendy, that real nice website was built on flavors.me, and then she had a domain name that moved it over. Squarespace, I saw a commercial on that on the World Series last night. Weebly had a commercial out there. It used to be GoDaddy. I guess they moved on because GoDaddy, they didn't make my list. About.me. Every one of you, if you value what I'm saying today, should at least have something like this. And this is about me, about.me. And all he's got is a nice pretty picture out there. Chicago native, Marquette University, contributing writer, passionate. And this is going to take you to his social media. That can be done in an hour. That can be done in an hour. And then you can figure out all the other stuff next week. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Is there any way to make your Weebly account like a domain name?
Yes. Herblow.com. I already own my domain name. You would get a professional account, and then it would allow you to either transfer it to your own domain name at some other hosting service, or it'll host it for yourself. Okay?
So if you have like a Weebly, you can make it.
Yes, you would pay for a professional account. The first name, last name, .weebly.com is the free version. You didn't just pay for a professional. Thank you for the question. So I will say it again. Every single one of you could have one of these in an hour. I would encourage each of you to write this down at Jen Lee Reeves, but this is her website /tools. I checked it again today. It's still live. This is where all of the material is that will help you in terms of digital portfolios and getting online. Store your content in the cloud. Woo! We had a couple of anxiety attacks down here on the way down. One when we got here, one driving down, when I thought, oh my God, I didn't bring my hard drive. And I'm thinking, we are halfway here, and I failed to put it in the cloud so that no matter what happens, so long as I can get in the internet, I'm here. You're on a bus, and the person sitting next to you is looking to be helpful. Saw that you helped a nice old lady up there and just say, you know what, today you're your lucky day. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me who you want to be. Send me your resume. Boom. Pull out your phone, go to Dropbox.com, say, where do you want me to email this to you? And before you get off that bus, you have given your resume to somebody who could hire you. YouTube or Vimeo for video. Each of you should have an account. SoundCloud for audio. Google Drive. Dropbox. And iCloud is newly updated. Got to figure it out. But they're all competing against each other, but they're all the places you could put your stuff in the cloud. It was amazing. Somebody gave me a DVD yesterday. I had to go hunting around for a place where I could actually play a DVD. I was like, wow, how times have changed. Everything's in the cloud. For your digital portfolio, consider the look, logo, and lingo. Name it, the logo at the top, left, or center. You ain't got to be all, I know designers want to be design. I know. I got something here for you. Customize to fit your personality. That's good. The professor's coming in at me, and I'm seeing who's attentive and who's not, and I want to just go be Herb Lowe real quick. But I'm not, because I'm a guest. But pay attention. Thank you. Be wary of colors, fonts, and don't be too fancy. Keep it professional. Anybody know what KISS means? Keep it simple, stupid. Quality. If you are a designer and your digital portfolio maybe should be as simple as possible because you want people to click on the design work. And in Weebly, girls want to pick girly sites. That's what I mean, don't be too fancy. Don't have the site be the thing that they are focusing on. Be focused on the work. Allow them to focus on the work. Pick templates that keep tabs present at all times. Keep in mind how you access and assess websites. What do you like when you go to a website? If it's something you don't like, then don't have it on your site. How do you use a website? Think about how people are using your website. When you're ready to publish, have your roommate or friends and say, hey, check out my website. Because they will click and they will find things that are wrong that you will be able to say, oh, I can fix that. It's called test it out. Be mindful of first-time visitors. Most people will come to your site not by way of your homepage. If you have content that is really good and they Google it, they're going to come to that page and not your homepage. So every page has to be tight. Somebody tell me what they think when they see this site. Say it again. Clean. What else? He likes sports. What else? Yes. Well, he's cool like that. Okay. Well, he's smiling up here. He's working up here. All up in it right there. And he's cool like that. Okay, what else do you see? Say it again. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Okay, good. He's got navigation. Oh, and hyperlinks in here. Very good. You had your hand up, sir?
Shows that he's got lots of experience. Like, look at the marquees on the microphones.
If you were only going to look at the home page, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's got a story here, his TV work, his radio work, his resume. He's not, wants to see his work, his video samples. We're going to line this up. Now he's got a blog. So he's just not trying to get, he's telling you a story. You're going to be able to get an indication of how he writes. This blog displays topics that interest me, including culture, entertainment, music, and life experiences. And ladies and gentlemen, your personal life will be able to get you hired. Your personal life assuming you have one, that is interesting, assuming it is interesting, and it won't interest me if it doesn't interest you. But if you don't have an internship, make up your internship. Figure out something is. Jen and I are going to be talking about, she and I are talking about her creating a blog post. May I tell her? So Jenna has a story to tell. And she has a story when I said inspire near and far. So she has all these great stories. And so we're going to put it out there so that she could be an inspiration to others. She's a tremendous writer. She has these stories. And I'm like, girl, you could be so meaningful to people that she will never meet or never know. And so I'm saying, what is it that is in your life that is meaningful to people? What is it in your life that will make you worthwhile? And stop, figure out, and wait till you're 25 or 28 and you ask yourself, what am I going to do with my life? You've had enough life to be meaningful to somebody else. So let's everybody access your competencies, access your experiences. So this is Weebly. Spend a little time on it. Pretty picture. She all right. So I would encourage you to come. So I was enabled to be I spoke at a class about my 9/11 experience. And I want to write a blog post about things I do, and I see this photo right here and how attentive they are. And I'm like, okay, I need to write a blog post, because often I will write a blog post just because I got a photo I want to share. And the difference between your digital portfolio and Facebook, look at me. But here I'm showing that I can write. I'm modeling for my students. I'm letting other people out there who think they may want to hire me someday to write something for them, that I'm still in business. herblow.com/resources. You'll find a lot of blog posts that I have or web links that I have to some of the things we talk about. Those of you who can't get enough about AP style, there are links here. Those of you who want to talk about live tweeting, there are things here. If you're looking for the resume or covering the student cover letter, things that will be useful to you, they're here. How to make Facebook work for you, Twitter, all kinds of things. I like to say that for my students, I'm the Midas man. You can come see me now, or you can come see me later. You can come when you're a freshman, and we can work toward getting you ready when you walk out the door, being able to do what you want to do, or you can come to me when you're a senior, and your main motivation is not going home and living with mom and dad. Two types of students, ladies and gentlemen. The former are the ones who want a career. The latter are the ones who just wanted the grade. So with that, I will say thank you.